Right now, you are sitting somewhere comfortable. You have food within reach. You have walls around you. You have a bed waiting for you tonight. And you have never once had to think about whether you will survive tomorrow. But for almost all of human history, every single day was a survival problem. No food unless you found it. No shelter unless you built it. No safety unless you created it. And somehow, with none of the things you take for granted, ancient humans not only survived. They conquered every environment on Earth. They crossed oceans. They climbed mountains. They walked into frozen tundras and burning deserts. And they did it with nothing but their bodies and their minds. This is the complete story of how ancient humans actually survived. And by the end of it, you will never look at your own life the same way again. Let's start at the very beginning. Food. You eat 3 times a day without thinking about it. You open a fridge. You order something. You unwrap something. Ancient humans had none of that. Every single meal had to be found, caught, or dug out of the ground. And finding food was not simple. The savanna was not a supermarket. It was a competition. Every other creature on Earth was also trying to eat. So ancient humans developed something no other animal had. A strategy. The first strategy was persistence hunting. Ancient humans cannot run as fast as a deer, or a zebra, or almost anything they wanted to eat. But they could do something no other predator could. They could run for hours. The human body is the best long-distance running machine ever built by evolution. 2 million sweat glands cooling the body while prey animals overheat and stop. An Achilles tendon that stores and releases energy with every stride. A nuchal ligament keeping the head stable while the body moves. Ancient humans would chase prey across the open savanna, not at speed but at endurance. Running, walking, running again, for hours, sometimes days, until the animal simply could not continue, until it stood still from heat exhaustion, and ancient humans walked up to it. This is called persistence hunting, and it still exists. The sand people of the Kalahari Desert still hunt this way today. Running prey animals to exhaustion under the African sun. No bow, no trap, no technology. Just the extraordinary endurance machine that is the human body. But persistence hunting only worked for large prey. For everything else, ancient humans used tools. Stone tools. The first stone tools appeared roughly 3.3 million years ago. A sharp edge knocked off one rock with another. That sounds simple. It was revolutionary. A sharp stone edge could cut through animal hide that bare hands could not penetrate. It could chop through bone to reach the marrow inside. It could scrape roots clean, shape wood, cut rope. The stone tool was the ancient human Swiss Army knife, and it opened up food sources that no other creature could access. Bone marrow. Dense, fatty, calorie-rich, hidden inside the bones of animals that larger predators had already eaten and abandoned. Ancient humans would collect these bones, smash them open with stones, and extract the marrow inside. Food that was invisible to every other scavenger. Pure caloric gold hiding in plain sight. And then there were roots and tubers, underground storage organs that plants used to survive drought, packed with carbohydrates, hidden beneath the soil, available even when everything above ground had died. Ancient humans learned which plants stored energy underground and how to find them. This knowledge was not written down. It was passed from parent to child for thousands of generations, a living library of survival knowledge carried in human memory. But finding food was only the beginning, because food meant nothing if something ate you first, predators. For most of human prehistory, humans were not at the top of the food chain. They were prey: lions, leopards, hyenas, saber-toothed cats, giant bears. Every major predator on Earth saw early humans as a potential meal. So how did a soft, slow, clawless, fangless creature survive in a world of apex predators? 3 things: fire, numbers, and the most dangerous weapon in the animal kingdom, the human throwing arm. No other animal throws the way humans do. The human shoulder is specifically engineered for throwing. It stores elastic energy and releases it with extraordinary force and accuracy. A human can throw a rock with enough force to kill or seriously injure almost any animal on Earth. And ancient humans could do this from a distance that put them completely outside the reach of any predator. A group of ancient humans throwing rocks and sharpened sticks at a predator was not prey. It was a serious threat. Combined with fire, which every major predator instinctively fears, and the safety of numbers, a group of ancient humans was one of the most dangerous things on the prehistoric savanna. Not because of their claws, because of their coordination. And coordination required something extraordinary. Language. Not the complex language you are using right now. Early language. Simple signals, warnings, instructions, plans, but enough to coordinate a hunt. Warn a group of danger, share the location of food. Language turned a group of vulnerable individuals into something unprecedented. A team. and teams could do things no individual could. They could surround prey. They could ambush predators. They could share information across generations. Every survival trick one person learned became the knowledge of everyone. This is why humans survived when so many other species did not. Not because any individual human was stronger or faster or more dangerous than the things trying to kill them, but because humans shared everything: knowledge, food, protection, warmth. Now warmth brings us to the next survival problem: cold. For most of human prehistory, Africa was warm, but then the ice ages came. Temperatures dropped dramatically. Even Africa became dangerously cold at night, and humans had spread far beyond Africa into Europe, into Asia, into environments where winter could kill a naked human within hours. So how did they survive? 5 things. Brown fat, the body's internal furnace. Ancient humans had significantly more of this heat-generating tissue than modern humans do. Huddling, sleeping pressed together in tight groups. Studies show that body heat alone raises sleeping temperature by up to 10 degrees Celsius. Constant movement. Every muscle contraction generates heat. Stopping meant freezing. Vasoconstriction. The body automatically restricts blood flow to the extremities to protect the vital organs. And shelter. Not the buildings we know today. A depression in the ground lined with leaves. A rock overhang that blocked the wind. A simple windbreak made of branches. These minimal structures combined with body heat from multiple people pressing together could mean the difference between surviving the night and not. But building even a simple shelter required something extraordinary: planning. You have to look at the landscape and solve a problem that has not happened yet. Where will the wind come from? Which rock will block it? How do I use these branches? You have to think about tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. And this cognitive demand, the need to plan for future problems, may have been one of the most powerful drivers of human intelligence. Every winter that forced ancient humans to think ahead built slightly smarter humans. The ones who could not plan ahead did not survive to pass on their genes. The ones who could became us. And clothing. 170,000 years ago, a massive ice age hit and temperatures plummeted. Ancient humans took the skin off animals and wrapped it around themselves. But raw animal skin rots. It stiffens, it falls apart, so they developed a process, scraping the skin clean with stone tools, softening it with animal brain tissue. The fats in brain tissue break down the proteins in skin and make it permanently flexible. And then 50,000 years ago, someone made a needle from a bird bone, 7 centimeters long. Perfectly formed eye for thread. With that needle and thread made from plant fibers, clothing changed completely. Fitted garments, sleeves, hoods, boots, tailored clothing that trapped body heat so efficiently that humans could survive environments that would kill an unclothed person within minutes. And this may be why modern humans survived and Neanderthals did not. Neanderthals had basic animal skins. Modern humans had sewn fitted garments. When they both walked into the same brutal European winter, only one group came out the other side. Now there is one more survival challenge that nobody talks about enough: sleep. Every night, ancient humans had to lie down and become completely unconscious in a world full of apex predators. No walls, no locked doors, no alarm system, just their sleeping bodies on the open earth. So how did they survive the night? Fire kept predators away. Every major predator learned over millions of years that fire means danger. Group sleeping meant someone was always partially awake. Human sleep cycles are naturally staggered. In a group of 30 people, there is almost never a moment when everyone is completely unconscious. Strategic location. Ancient humans slept on high ground, rocky outcrops, cave entrances, places where a predator could only approach from one direction. And the predators themselves learned. A group of 30 sleeping humans with fire burning is not easy prey. It is a risk calculation, and the predators that attacked sleeping human groups did not survive to pass on their genes. Natural selection built avoidance of sleeping humans directly into predator behavior. And then there was community. This is the thing that made everything else possible. Ancient humans did not survive alone. No individual human could have done any of this. Find food, avoid predators, survive winter, stay safe at night. All of it required other people. The group was not just company. The group was the survival technology. Knowledge was shared, food was distributed, children were raised collectively, the sick were cared for, the old were fed. No other animal does this to the degree humans do. And the social bonds that made this possible were built in the only way ancient humans knew how: around a fire, at the end of a long day. telling stories about what happened, about what they learned, about what to avoid, and what to seek. Every story told around an ancient fire was a survival lesson passed from one person to everyone who listened. This is where religion came from, and philosophy, and science. Questions asked around a fire by people who had nothing better to do than wonder. Why does the sun rise? Where do we go when we die? What made that sound in the dark? The greatest intellectual tradition in human history began around a campfire, with people who were just trying to make it through another night. So here is the complete picture. Ancient humans survived because of food strategies built around the extraordinary endurance of the human body. Stone tools that opened food sources invisible to other creatures. Fire that kept predators away, and food safe from mice. Clothing technology that allowed them to walk into environments that should have killed them. Group sleeping strategies that turned vulnerability into safety, and, above all, community. The sharing of knowledge, food, protection, and warmth across generations. No single human could have survived prehistory alone, but together, with nothing but their bodies, their minds, and each other, they conquered every environment on Earth. They are the reason you are here, and every comfort you have right now, every meal you did not have to hunt, every night you sleep safely behind locked doors, every piece of clothing you pull on without thinking is built on top of what they figured out, one survival problem at a time, for 300,000 years. So the next time life feels hard, remember what hard actually looked like, and remember who you came from.